State call the next witness.
Thank you, Judge. The state calls Sergeant Daniel Mazucola.
Hello, sir. Just watch your step, if you don't mind. You put your left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay. Once you're seated and comfortable, can you state your full name for the record and spell your last name, please?
Sergeant Daniel Mazucola, M-A-Z-Z-U-C-O-L-A.
All right. Thank you, sir. Prosecutor, when you're ready.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell us where you were?
Update, I was sitting as a patrol officer at the firehouse number 2 in Colts, New Jersey.
I just wanted, sorry, you may not have heard. Just wanted to ask you where it is that you currently work.
Oh, sure. Colts Township, PD.
Okay, approximately how long have you been a police officer with the Colts Neck Police Department?
15 years now.
Okay. Now, did you have any police experience prior to Colts Neck, or did you start there?
I started in Colts Neck.
Okay. Now, in order to become a police officer with the Colts Neck Police Department, did you have to complete any mandatory training?
Yes, I had to go to the police academy.
Okay. Which police academy did you go to?
Monmouth County.
Okay. Now, I want to draw your attention back to November 20th of 2018. Do you remember that day?
Yes.
Okay. And were you working that day?
Yes, I was.
And were you working a particular shift? How did that work that day?
I was working a day shift.
Okay. What's the day shift with the Colts Neck Police Department back in November of 2018?
It runs from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Now, I want to draw your attention specifically to approximately 12:34 p.m. Do you remember that time?
Yes.
And can you tell us what, if anything, happened, or what, if anything, you learned at around that time?
I believe I was called for a structure fire call.
Okay. Did you get an address or a location or an area or anything like that?
It occurred on Willow Brook Road. Excuse me. Off the top of my head, I don't recall the.
You're talking about the location of the incident?
Yes.
Okay. Willow Brook Road?
Willow Brook. That's correct.
No problem. Do you remember where? I think you started to say it earlier. Do you remember where you were when you got the call?
I was at firehouse number 2.
Okay. Within Colts Neck?
Yes.
Okay. And as a result of getting this call, did you respond anywhere?
Yes, I attempted to respond to the residents.
Okay. Now, back in 2018, did patrol vehicles in Colts Neck, for the Colts Neck Police Department, did they have any recording devices or anything like that within the vehicles themselves?
They had MVRs. Okay.
Now going back to 2018, did the Colts Neck Police Department in 2018, did you guys have body-worn cameras at that point in time?
We did not.
Okay. Do you recall approximately when Colts Neck Police Department ultimately received body-worn cameras?
I believe either in 2019 or 2020, a few years later.
But as of November 20th, 2018, you did not have a body-worn camera?
We did not.
Okay. You didn't possess one. The department didn't have any?
No, we did not.
Okay. Now, do you recall if at any point during your response to Willow Brook Road, was your recording in your vehicle, was it activated?
The recording activates once the lights are turned on in the vehicle.
Okay. Do you recall the nature of the call to Willow Brook Road?
I recall it was just coming over as a structure fire.
Okay, structure fire. I wasn't sure if you said it yet. I just wanted to click. Sorry. Now, when you learned of this incident, you said you have to activate your lights and sirens for the camera to come on, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, did you in fact, as part of your response, did you activate those lights and sirens?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so as a result of that, did you confirm later that your response was partially captured on video?
Yes.
Okay, and had you reviewed that video over the course of time or in preparation for testimony in this case?
Yes, I've reviewed it.
Okay. And based upon your review of that of that motor vehicle recording, can you tell us whether or not it was actually accurate or appeared to be accurate based upon your recollection from that day?
Yes, it appeared to be accurate.
Now, as part of your preparation for trial, I want to ask you if you had the occasion to look at any of the your colleagues' MVR recordings.
I have seen them.
Okay. Now, going to show defense counsel S-101 now, S-102. Just going to show you first what's been marked already as S-101 for identification. What is that?
Appears to be the MVR from my vehicle, car 23.
Okay, and it's on a DVD, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And like I said previously, S-101, which appears to capture the MVR from your car, number 23, on that date, you have reviewed it, correct?
Yes.
And you said it was accurate?
Yes, it was.
Okay. Now, I'm going to show you also S-102 for identification. You recognize that?
It is the MVR for patrolling the Caesars and at car 25.
Okay. Was he one of the other Colts Neck police officers that responded that day to 15 Willow Brook Drive?
Yes, he was.
Okay. And when you looked at least a portion of his MVR, did it appear to accurately capture, the surroundings of 15 Willow Brook and some observations of you and others?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Now, just quickly, so before we get into the actual video, you activate your lights and sirens and you drive to 15 Willow Brook Drive, right?
That's correct.
Can you just tell us generally before we watch it, can you just tell us like the route of travel or the approximate route of travel?
So leaving the firehouse, I would have to get onto Caneiro Road, and I would come up to a light. I made a left onto State Route 34, and then I made a right onto Willow Brook Road.
You make a right onto Willow Brook Road, you said, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. You turn onto Willow Brook Road, you start driving down the street?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know where 15 Willow Brook was, like off the top of your head?
I had not previously been to the residence.
Okay. So you find 15?
Yes.
What do you do?
I pulled into the driveway.
Okay. And is it a long driveway? Is it a short driveway? Medium?
Relatively long.
You have some long driveways in Colts Neck, I imagine, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Now, once you pulled into the driveway, where did you actually go with the vehicle?
I parked what appeared to be a safe distance from the residence,
Were you closer to the street, though, or closer to the
closer
house?
to the residence.
Now, I would just ask for permission to publish S-101, the MVR for Officer Mazucola, car number 23.
Best alone? Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. Now, just before we start, okay, so you have this video, if we could pause it, in front of you on the screen?
Yes.
Okay. And could you just tell us quickly what you see there?
It is the Colts Neck Fire Department, number 2.
Okay, is that where you were when you first learned of this call?
Yes, I was parked there.
Okay, we can play. Thank you. Now, as of right now, there's no sound, correct?
No, not yet.
Why is that?
In the MVR cameras devices, it usually, I think, a 30-second delay before there's audio.
Can you pause it for 1 second, just for purposes of the record? Is there a date and time on that video?
Yes, there is.
And what does it say?
11/20/2018 at 12:33 p.m.
Okay. And it indicates Colts Neck PD, and does it have your name and car number?
Yes, name and car number, yes.
You can continue. Pause that for 1 second. Does the Did the audio start to come on?
Yes, it did.
Okay, and this intersection right here, what's the intersection?
It'd be Conover Road and Route 34.
Okay, so you are now going, is it fair to say you're about to make a left turn onto Route 34?
Yes,
And that's to head what direction?
to head northbound.
Okay. You can. Now, did you see two individuals at the foot of the driveway there?
Yes, as I approached the house.
Okay, did you specifically have contact with either of those two individuals?
I spoke with the male subject.
Okay. And did you learn if he was one of the 911 callers?
At that time, I did not know if he was.
Can you indicate, I'm pausing it now, can you indicate the time on the video, sir?
Time is at 12:35 p.m.
Okay, now, to be clear, this just documented your arrival at 15 Willow Brook.
That's correct.
And when you were pulling up the driveway, did you make any initial observations relating to, the confirmation of potential structure fire?
I saw a haze above the residence.
Okay, you didn't, did you see smoke?
A light smoke, but no fire at that time.
Okay, so when you say no fire at that time, did you see any flames?
No visible flames too as I approached the.
Okay, now, okay, you can keep going. Sorry. Were you the first police officer or any type of first responder on scene that day?
Yes, I was the responding first officer.
Did other officers eventually arrive?
Yes.
Sorry, keep going. There's an officer on the street.
That is me.
Pause. Sorry, I'll try not to lose too many times. But you start to head in another direction. Can you tell us where you're going and why?
To the northwest area of the house.
Okay. And was anyone over there at that point in time yet, or not?
I believe at that moment, Patrolman Miyakawa had shown up and had drawn my attention to the front yard.
Okay. And based upon him drawing your attention to the front yard, is that why you headed in that direction?
Yes.
And can you describe for us what, if anything, you found over in that area?
In the northwest corner of the residence, in the grass, we observed a body lying face down.
We're gonna get back to that in a second, but can we just keep going up for a minute? Can you tell us if you recognize who that individual is in the middle of the street?
That is a Patrolman Savage at the time.
Okay. Did you see any other potential observations that were not there when you first arrived?
Flames are beginning to come emanate from the, looks like the basement of the house.
I'm going to ask you in a few minutes where you are when this is going on, but just generally speaking, could you tell us where you were? We'll get into what you were doing later, but where you were.
On the west side of the residence.
Okay. The west side of the residence, do you come back to the front of the home?
Yes, I did.
Right now. Just to confirm with you, the car that closes in was an Evergreen, not a location anymore.
What was that for a second? Okay. So do you see anyone reappear in the frame?
Yes, that's Patrolman Miyakawa and myself.
Okay, and who's in the front?
Patrolman Miyakawa.
Alright, so we just go to the registry. We can go over to this. Okay.
Can you just tell us what you're doing here?
We're attempting to see if to gain access to the residence.
And what are you about to actually do there?
Open the door.
Okay. Fair to say, a lot of smoke came out of the door we opened it.
Yes.
Who's that?
Lieutenant assist.
Now, you talked about earlier, you did review portions of, I think you said Officer DeCaesar's MVR, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, I'm going to ask to play that now, at least a portion of it.
Ms. Massalone, any objection to this?
No, the state had already showed me the,
Okay.
yes.
It's like a little bit of a different view on the screen, correct?
That is correct.
Like a wide screen? Correct? Widescreen?
Widescreen, yes, that's correct.
Does it indicate the same thing, Colts Neck Police Department, but the officer's name and car number?
That is correct.
Okay, and what's it say there?
CMPD Stephen DeCaesar, car number 25.
Okay. I'm gonna maybe try to fast forward just a little bit more, just for. All right, we're just gonna go. Now, Officer DeCesar, for the record, he just arrived, correct?
That is correct.
What time is it on that clock?
12:38 p.m.
Okay, and in that, in a portion of that video, do you see anyone there?
Yes, you can see myself and Patrolman Miyakawa.
Okay. Do you see anyone else near that tree near the driveway?
Yes.
And do you know who that is?
I do not recall.
Okay. Now, was there any point in time when anyone from your agency had interaction with one of the 911 callers?
Yes.
Okay. Now, that area where, can you just circle the area on the screen for purposes of, just to be clear, where you and Officer Miyakawa are right now?
This is 102.1.
Thank you. Okay. Can we keep playing? On the scene, or at least in the video. Do you know who that is?
That's Patrolman DeCesar.
Okay. So he's now exited that vehicle that's pulled up, and he's carrying something, right?
He's carrying first aid gear.
You or Officer Miyakawa are heading somewhere right now. Is that accurate based on our motor vehicle recording?
That's correct.
Okay, and where are you going?
We're heading toward the west side of the residence.
Now, why did you guys go over there?
We had viewed in an open door.
Now, ultimately, now, does that NVR, does that run for like a significant period of time? Is there a time on the bottom of the screen?
3 hours and 42 minutes.
What, if anything, did you and DeCesar and anyone else, I think Savage, did you do with your vehicles at some point?
Once we was a confirmed structure fire, we moved them out of the driveway to move them out of the way so the fire department could then start attacking the flames.
We can take that down. Thank you. So I want to just talk to you about that area where you're seeing and Miyakawa are seeing, and then DeCesar approaches. What was located in that area?
Body.
And who was the first person, officer-wise, to approach the body?
Patrolman Mazucola.
And were you the next?
Yes.
Okay. What, if any, efforts did either one of you do to determine whether or not the person was actually alive?
We checked for a pulse.
Tell us what happened.
We approached the body. We checked for a pulse, and then we called that the subject was 1029, which means deceased.
Okay. And that was radio to
That was
us.
put over the radio.
Now, when you and on that video, when you and Miyakawa, you said went to the west, did someone stay with the body?
Yes, patrolman deceased stayed with the body.
Can you just, for purposes of understanding, can you describe what the body ultimately looked like when you first encountered it?
The body was face down, with his legs crossed. The arms were tucked underneath the body, with the sweatshirt up, and I believe, to my recollection, the hood was up over the head.
Now, you and Miyakawa went around the west side, you said, correct?
That is correct.
And DeCesar did what?
You remained with the body.
Just showing defense counsel what's been marked as S1, S1C, slide 131. Officer, you recognize this photograph or what's depicted in this photograph?
Yes.
Okay, what does that show?
The subject that we located on the front yard.
Does that fairly and accurately depict essentially what the body looked like when you encountered it?
Yes.
Permission to briefly publish.
Ms. Maslon?
Objection.
Again, is that essentially the way that the body looked when you found it?
Yes, that's correct.
Can you take it down? Now, talk about going around the west side of the house. Can I have slide one, S1C, slide 27, please? S1C, slide 27. Officer, do you recognize what's depicted in that photograph?
Yes, that's the west side of the residence.
Okay. Now, you talked about previously encountering, or I think you said that you and Miyakawa went to the west side because you saw something open. What was that?
There was a doorway open.
Okay, and that doorway that was open, that observation you made, is it depicted in that photograph?
Yes, could be seen behind the retaining wall.
Okay. Can you see or can you point out within that picture from that angle what you saw?
Would you like me to circle it?
Yes, please. Can we capture that, please? Thank you.
Okay, so this will be S-1C 27.1.
Now, did you ultimately, did you and Officer Miyakawa, did you get closer to that? Did you approach that area?
Yes, we attempted to gain entry into the residence.
I'm going to show you, if I may, S1C, slide 120, 128, please. You can undo, yeah, perfect. Do you recognize what's depicted in that photo?
Yes, the door frame.
Okay, now, there's a cone there, correct?
That's correct.
Was that there when you encountered it?
When I was on scene, it was not there.
The lighting is different in this picture than when you encountered it, fair to say, right?
That is correct.
It's a little darker here.
Yes.
Yeah. Can I have slide 129 of S1C as well? Is that just a closer up view of that door?
That's correct.
Now, can you just tell me what happened when you and Miyakawa actually approached that door?
We attempted to start going into the residence, and we were backed off by smoke.
Now, I want to just be clear. Did you go in this, or did you attempt to go in this door first, or the one in the front that we watched a little bit earlier?
We attempted to go in this doorway first.
Okay. So, obviously, I wanted to play the MVRs, but you went here first to this door, and then back around to the front.
That's correct.
And were you able to make entry safely into either of those entryways?
No, thick smoke stopped us in both occasions.
And again, at this location right here, this door, when you attempted, at least made some sort of attempt to go inside, did you make any observations of anything other than smoke? Did you see flames?
At that time, it was just heavy, thick smoke.
Now, after trying to get in there, we know you went back around, correct?
That is correct.
And were other officers, other than the ones you've described so far, Savage, Miyakawa, and the Caesar, did other officers start coming?
Yes, the rest of our department started showing up.
And at some point thereafter, did any fire personnel or apparatus arrive?
Yes.
Okay, and was that response small, large, or something else?
A very large response by the fire department.
Now, after you go to this door and then the front door, is that when you moved your vehicle, approximately?
Yes.
Okay, and did everybody move their vehicles?
Yes, all the patrol vehicles were moved out of the driveway.
And as far as your actions at the scene, once, everyone else from the department shows up and then all the fire personnel showed up, can you tell us generally what it is that you did or what you were told to do?
We used crime scene tape to make a border around the body, and then I was then designated to be at the end of the driveway doing a crime scene lock.
Just, if I could have S1C, slide 124, very briefly. You talked about crime scene tape. Can you explain that in relation to slide 124?
To preserve the area around the body, we attempted to use the crime scene tape. We used the trees to make a border around it so that it wasn't trampled or, the fire department as they came on scene didn't get up all over it.
Okay. And that photo, and if I didn't ask you about others, do they all accurately kind of show what it is you saw on November 20th, 2018 when you first arrived to Colts Snack at 50 in Willow Brook?
Yes, they did.
What do you think they've done? Missing. Your Honor, I don't have any further questions.
Cross? Sure.
sir, officer. I'm going to approach you with what's been marked as D1-301, 1-300, and 1-303. Do you recognize what is depicted in each of these three photographs, which I'm showing you at once?
I believe aerial views of the residence.
And when you say the residence, you're referring to 15 Willow Brook,
Yes, that's correct.
And these photos, they were, do you see the smoke in one of the photos?
Yes, I did.
And the responders on scene?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so this was, would you agree that this is taken like the day that you responded?
Yes.
Okay, and maybe these cars and trucks arrived after you were there, right?
Yes, they arrived after.
Because you were pretty much the first officer there.
Yes, that's correct.
And before I publish these to the jury, would you be able to, if I put them on the screen, circle the doors that you found, the ones that were, I think one was open and one was unlocked? Do you see them depicted in these photos?
Yes, it's separate photos. Yes, I can see.
Okay. All right, so let's start with. I'm going to start with D1-301. Okay. Officer, do you recognize this to be the residence of 15 Willow Brook, as you just mentioned?
Yes.
Okay, there's a stylus. Do we have that? Oh, perfect. Can you just circle, before you do anything, let me ask you this. Am I correct that there were two separate doors that you attempted to, or that you found to be either unlocked or opened?
That is correct.
Okay, let's start with the door that was open. Which door was open? Can you see it in this photo?
Not in this photo.
Is it because can you point to, is it like here in this area? Or is it here?
I'll circle.
How about an arrow? Can you point an arrow to where it would be? Okay, so it's around the back side of the house.
Yes, on the west side.
Because what we're looking at here is like, this is the front of the house, right?
That is correct.
With the driveway. Yes?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, and so if you're facing the house and you walk around the back to the right, this is where you do the arrow, that's where the unlocked door is.
The open door.
Or sorry, the open door.
That's correct.
Okay. Can you just put an O for open? Okay. And where do you see the unlocked door depicted in this photo? Maybe circle it or. Okay, perfect. And can you do like a U for unlocked? Okay. Thank you. Can you capture that one? Thank you so much.
301.1.
There is a button on the bottom that says undo. If you hold it down, it'll all come off at once. And now I'm going to show 1-300. Now, is this the back of the house of what we just saw?
Yes, this is the south side of it.
This is the opposite side.
That's correct.
Okay. To the best of your ability, can you again just circle or draw an arrow to where the open door was, so we can orient ourselves? Okay. Now the unlocked door you probably can't see in this photo, right?
That's correct.
It's, if you want to just draw an arrow generally toward the front of the house, then okay. All right. Capture that.
That's the one you said that was 300 or 303? The one that's on there now?
300.
300, thank you. So it's 300.1.
Sir, I'm not sure if you testified to this on direct, but do you recall recall when you found Mr. Keith Caneiro on scene, there was also a cell phone next to him?
That's correct, there was a cell phone.
I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
Redirect.
No, thank you, Judge.
Sir, you can step down. Thank you. Prosecutor, call your next witness.
State College Detective Richard Zuckerman.